Hello, my community. This is Tracy, and I'm the owner of Tracy's Total Wellness. But also, this is Tracy, and I am somebody that has struggled with mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and as it's coming to a close, I wanted to come on in and give my 2 cents. I wanted to share with you a little bit about my story and how I've dealt with mental health. I've also dealt with stigmas, I've dealt with shame and judgments, and I've also handled and dealt with coming out of it and supporting so many people to live a life that they love. Now, this isn't making any claims. I'm not talking about clinical diagnoses, or I'm also not a mental health or a medical professional. This is just my story. I struggled when I was younger with mental health, which I thought was depression. I got misdiagnosed and just got told, "Oh, Tracy, you're depressed. Take an antidepressant." Come to find out that actually did more damage than it did good for me. Now, again, this is my personal story. Sometimes medication in the right ways is actually really beneficial for people. But the biggest thing I want you to listen to as I share this is the power of being heard. I wasn't being heard. And instead, I was on something that didn't support me until I took a stand and I went to professionals that really listened to what I had to say. Come to find out, I had a low thyroid. I also had extremely low progesterone, which is a hormone that we need as women to function. And I had adrenal fatigue, which was almost turning into adrenal exhaustion. What this meant was every single side effect from those issues is depression and fatigue. So instead of just being labeled as someone with depression, I actually just had some things out of balance. I was able to go to practitioners, get these things in balance, and you know what? The depression and the fatigue started to go away. What didn't go away was the shame and the trauma from the labeling, the shame and the trauma of just the stigmas around mental health, and the trauma of the misdiagnosis and what actually happened to me. What got me through this was finding people that support me and listen to what I had to say. But the biggest thing that I wanted to share today with you that got me through it was people, community. If you've ever been a part of Tracy's Total Wellness or you're new, community is a big part of the work I do. I call it community medicine. Being around people that you feel comfortable with, to be vulnerable, to be able to share those deep, dark secrets, to share those dark nights of the soul, the shadows that you hold, to release some of that attachment you have to the shame of what you're going through, and just be vulnerable and be you can be a truly powerful and transformational experience. A lot of times it's the missing thing in people's lives when they're going through healing work, especially when it has anything to do with mental health or emotional things. So for me, it's a vital part of the work I do. And when I work with my clients one-on-one, it's actually something I offer to them as a bonus. Come together in my community. Now, you might have communities where you feel supported, and I encourage you as you're exploring this and you're watching, what are some of those communities where you feel like you can be heard? This is a number one step towards opening up this dialogue in what mental health really is all about. If you have loved ones that you think might be struggling, find different practitioners, find people that support them, or find different communities where they can feel supported versus labeling them or trying to diagnose them yourself. A lot of shame or judgment can come when you just go up to a loved one and be like, "I think you have anxiety." That is diagnosing them and labeling them with something that you actually don't have the clinical legal rights to do. And if you love this person, why would you want to label them and potentially open the door to more shame? Having people that listen is important, and the last, sometimes missing piece is the community. Now, I'm offering an opportunity for people that want to dive deeper in my community, something that's sacred and actually something I'm not opening up to the public, which is our sacred retreats. We will be joining together for each season, some virtual and some in person, where we're coming together in sacred community to dive deep in this stuff: grief, trauma, shame, judgment, as well as celebrating and honoring our queenness, our feminine energy, joy, happiness, living into the life we want, and leaving a legacy in our families and in the work that we do and in our communities. This is something that you won't see on my events page, you won't see open to public. So what I would love to do is either feel free to reply to me, private message me, and I'm more than happy to give you more information, or find a time and let's hop on the phone. I would love to hold the space and talk to you. Unattached to the outcome of you joining the sacred retreat opportunity for the year, I would love to just see how a conversation you and I could have could disrupt the way mental health is working right now in this country and sometimes all over the world. Let's disrupt the way especially women are treated right now in the mental health field, and also all people, and start to allow people to thrive in their lives and live more joyfully. I look forward to being on the phone with some of you, and if this is something you think a loved one would love, please share this video. I'm here to help support in any way that I possibly can. Let's get Mental Health Awareness Month off and running, and as we close the month out, maybe shed a little light into something that is truly needed care and nurture. It is our health. It might be mental health, but it's our health, and we all deserve to be healthy and happy. Be well, everyone.